Hey everybody, I'm going to try it again. Me and Phil's going to go out probably to Pothole Road. Looks like it's, I don't know, December, what is it, Phil? 7th? 8th? 8th? Yep, it's December 8th. We're going to go out and try it. The North Flats is froze. It'll make it a little difficult there. So we're going to probably go to Pothole Road, or maybe even give it a whirl out at Woody, and see if we can't pull out some blues. I don't know, ain't a whole lot better to do, so I figured we go out and give it a whirl. Like I said, we're going to use some small shad we got a couple weeks ago. Gonna kind of cut them up a little bit, chunk them on a hook, and see what happens. So we'll see you here in a little bit. Hopefully we'll get back on, get some blues, and get Phil catch one of the big old blues over there. Done it a couple years ago. See what happens. Alright, talk to you later.
When are you going to clean that bed up?
Good morning, everybody. I'm going to go out and I'll just take a look at the lake. Just want to let you know that Phil passed away. It's a drag. Hurts a lot, but I think what I'm going to do today is I'm just going to kind of go over some of the spots we used to go, and then I'll add this to a little, just kind of the last time we went fishing. It was pretty typical. We didn't always catch fish, but we always gave each other a hard time. So anyway, I missed him, and I'll go out there and we're going to go to Woody. I'm going to go to, as far as I'm concerned, he's with me. Some of the spots we used to fish. So we'll take a look, and we'll talk to you later. And anybody that's from around this area kind of knows where I'm at right now. Try not to shake this too much, but it's a typical day for me and Phil. We'd be coming out here, going across the lake, going across the causeway. And I think what I'm going to do today is, it's beautiful. You can't deny that. I know my windows are dirty, but this will always be a special place at Milford Lake for, for Phil, me, and everybody. It's a beautiful place. Anyway, I'm going to head out to South Timber Creek and take a look where we used to fish there, and I'll see you in a minute. Right, so this is just a bird's eye view basically of us going down South Timber Creek, down by the boat ramps. Phil and I picked up quite a few catfish here in the day. Again, it's kind of a sunny morning. It's beautiful. Would know right now him and I'd be fishing if he was here. So anyway, this South Timber Creek, right over here, right in front of us. This is what we do, especially when it was cold out. We'd let's get out here in a second. Sorry about that. Anyway, we'd come out here like right now. I almost want to go. Have a seat out here. More than likely, in when it's cold like this, Phil and I'd be in the truck. If anybody knows Phil, he got cold pretty easy. We cast out there, and I don't know, that's probably about 7-8 foot out there right now. But if they're holding cats, we'd catch them. And anyway, we'd sit in the truck, his truck, mine, didn't matter, and we'd wait for the pole, start dancing. As you'll see in some other things in the next week or so, you'll see other videos of Phil. I might even have a few on there of reeling and a few fish, but it's another special place for me and Phil. All right, off to Pothole Road. I'm gonna make this a little short intro to Pothole Road. And yeah, I'm sorry about my window being dirty and the glare and whatnot, but there's a reason why it's called, Phil called it Pothole Road. As you can tell, we're kind of bouncing a little bit here and there. I'm going slow. anyway, it's just I guess it's let me see, it's somewhat kind of going east of where you go into the military marina out here. Anyway, there's more potholes, there's more road to go. I'm gonna shut off, and then I'm just gonna, again, I'm gonna go out to the other place where Phil reeled in. I think some of you'll see some of his biggest fish were caught out here. He really loved it out here. I think the biggest fish he caught out here was probably 39. You know, I know other people catch bigger fish, but every time Phil and I went out here, trust me, he was sure that he was going to catch that 80 pounder. And when we didn't, which is most time, we didn't catch a fish, maybe. Who knows? He still talked about it. So I'm going to shut this down. All right, everybody, this is coming down to where we'd fish here at Pothole Road. I think you'll probably see a common theme, especially when we're catfishing, that Phil, he wouldn't mind being a comfortable fisherman. In other words, we'd go down here where we'd park the truck and get back in the truck. Well, obviously throw out the rods and get ready to catch some fish, but we would we'd park right here where I'm parked right now. I'm not sure what that looks like in the camera, but I believe it probably looks pretty good. In other words, this is where he caught most of his big cats, folks. And he just, we would sit here and fish, and sometimes we'd be sitting here just BSing, talking. As you can see, it ain't a bad deal if you don't catch nothing. But yeah, every now and then I'd catch Phil over there. He'd fall asleep. I have to wake him up. But generally, if a pole was dancing, he'd say, "Don't worry about it," until it was dancing. And anybody that fished with Phil, that was just his mode. He liked using, you know, he's just like patience, I guess, or wait till the pole was going, or the circle hooks mostly. He just let them catch themselves. But anyway, we'd be up here nice and warm where it's pretty cold out there this morning. And anyway, this is this Pothole Road. I'm going to shut this down in a second. And we're going to head out to Woody. I'm on my way out to Woody, and it's on the reservation. So there's my phone. There's a few things that I want to say, just fond memories, and most of this is going to be for me, maybe not for anybody else. But every time Phil and I'd come out here, it seems like we do real well whenever there seemed to be, believe it or not, coyote crap on the road. And there we just went over a spot. Well, anyway, there's a little bit of joke to it between Phil and I, because whenever he'd come out here by himself, he'd send me a text or something, or even an audio that would say, "Coyote shit." And I know what that meant. He didn't have to tell me. He was out here catching whites and wipers. I'm going to turn this down again. I'm going to probably have a lot of cuts on this video, but I just kind of wanted to show this. That's what's going through my mind right now. You just hang on, and well, there's a little bit of one on the ground there. Well, Phil be out here right now thinking he's going to catch him some wipers. There's but we'll get out here. But say there, he didn't always catfish. Phil, there's a reason why I gave him a nickname, Wiperman. He just loved catching them wipers out here at Milford Lake. Back. This is where it all took place, folks. Right here. Coming up on what we call Woody. Woody Point. There's a cove that's off Madison up here, and there's a point out here we drive on. Got to get, on the reservation and whatnot. But I want you to take a look. I'm going to pan this out a little bit, hopefully not too shaky. But if God meant for us to be outdoors and fishing, this was the spot. It was Phil's favorite spot. As you can see, that's on the road. As you can see, the town of Milford is right over there. Seagulls flying around. Anyway, we're gonna go down there. This is the last place that Phil and I went fishing. It's the last place they ever went fishing, and it was right. Well, he may be fishing now, but it's in a different place. Anyhow, keep it beautiful. I always harped on the fact that when you come out here, bring a trash bag, because some folks just don't seem to want to clean up after themselves, and it's a shame. As you can see how majestic this looks out there, it's amazing. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna zoom in on his rock where he catches all these wipers, and we'll take another panoramic view, and we're gonna say goodbye to my buddy. Well, here we are. I'm gonna walk down here. Hope I don't slip and bust my butt. This cove back to your left. See all the trees back there in the water? Thus it's named Woody. It's a beautiful morning. And this is what we do. Lake looks pretty good. It's awful calm today. I may have to wet a line later just to get through this part of this tribute for me to my brother. Man, it's beautiful. About the only thing you can hear is my truck running back there. Anyway, we're coming up on what we call the point at Woody. As you can see, it is the lake elevation's just about, I'd say it's just about where it's probably at conservation, 1144, somewhere around in there. So this is your typical height of the water. It goes up and down so much sometimes, but right over here, as I'm trying to step down off these rocks, right there is Phil's rock. Hold on, there's Phil's rock. The water's down a little bit. He would stand on this rock right there, and he would reel slow, and he really liked them road runners that Dan Fry turned us on to about 25 years ago. And he'd stand on that rock right there, and you can see the water. Maybe it's a little low, but he'd stand on that rock. The water's down. He'd be down there. He'd cast out towards Milford. It's probably a little glare in the sun, but man, that boy catch some wipers, and you just hear him saying, "Wiper, wiper." I can hear him now. So yeah, this is Phil's rock right there. Made sure when we ever came out here that he got his rock. I'm gonna turn this down for a minute, and I'm gonna say a few words. Everybody, I'm gonna try to walk around here and just talk to you for a minute. Not sure if that camera's too low or not. I'd be right here. Phil'll be right there where the camera's at. I don't know, maybe it's a little overkill, but it's special to me. I'm going to chisel his name in the rock. Who wouldn't want to come out here and go fishing? This is tough for me. He would probably give me a hard time. Right now, he probably is giving me a hard time. See, quit the crying, Dan. Just remember the good times. There was plenty of them. I love you, Phil. I miss you, brother. We're going to do it again someday. Thanks for watching. I'm going to walk away from the screen just to kind of take a look at Milford Lake. I'll do another view just to give Phil another look at what's going on out here. if I wasn't crying right now, I'm thinking with some cut shad, circle hooks, about a 2-ounce weight, throwing out there pretty good, I wouldn't be crying, I'd be catching. And I think that's what he'd want me to do. So I'm going to keep fishing. I'm going to always put out a line for him. I guess it's more for me than it is anybody else. See you, buddy. This must be what heaven looks like. And I hope he's tearing them up. Love you, brother.